out pretty much straight away. You boxed on the Liverpool show recently, and the team said, 258 said, get through that with no problems. We'd love to see him at the O2. The progress continues, the education continues, and another huge fight card to be a part of on Saturday.
Yeah, so it's basically instant turnaround, which is exactly what we want. I think we're showing them improvements every time. We're on the 8 rounders, and it's going to bring the best out of me. I think I'll be much better over long fights, because all my mistakes happen when I rush things, and having the extra few rounds is just going to benefit me. So I think we're going to see the best performance yet this weekend.
Obviously always in great shape, went through the 8 rounds comfortably at the week in Liverpool as well, just a couple of weeks ago. Another good step up for you on Saturday, but starting to really change the mentality now as you move towards the 8s, and of course going towards 10 rounds as well later in the year.
Yes, the way I was boxing early on, it was clear that I was just too eager to please, and I was just trying to go 100 miles an hour with everything. And I think last time out I showed I am thinking about going up and down the gears and thinking about things, and it's going to be the same again this week, and look to show a calculated performance.
Louis, welcome. Big opportunity for you as well. You know, for Campbell, it's a big card to be a part of, but for yourself, O2 Arena, Anthony Joshua card, and a lot of people tipping you to give Campbell some hard work on Saturday night.
Yeah, I just want to thank yourself and everyone in Matchroom for the opportunity. It's a massive stage to be on, so I'm privileged to be a part of it. And obviously fighting the likes of Campbell Hatton himself, obviously, you know, who he is with his dad, and it's a big name. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. We're training hard, and it's a massive opportunity for me to kickstart my career on and get a good win under my belt.
Obviously a big card, but also a big scout in Campbell Hatton. And is that part of the thought process behind taking this fight? You know that a victory on Saturday would be put you in a great position for a big fight.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's there's always like, if there's no risk, there's no reward. So like, obviously, Campbell's a good kid. He's got good people around him. But me going to beat Campbell Hatton then propels me onto massive, bigger things.
Good fight, Campbell Hatton against Louis Fielding. Before we go on to Ammo Williams against River Wilson Ben, to talk about the crazy world of boxing, which was we received the unfortunate news that Felix Cash would not be fit to fight on Saturday. We thought about what we do in the situation of the European middleweight title, and behind the scenes we knew that next week in San Antonio on a massive card on DAZN, Galalia Fire was expected to fight in a 10-round championship fight. When we made that fight, he had asked us if he could fight at the O2 on the AJ card, but it was full up. So when we got the news of Felix Cash, the first phone call that we made was to Galalia Fire and the McCrackens, and said, don't suppose he wants to fight at the weekend again at the O2? The answer was yes within a nanosecond. And when I saw you, Galalia Fire, just over there a couple of minutes ago, you said, thank you, I'm absolutely over the moon to be fighting at the O2 on Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, as you already probably know, I'm quite looking forward to going over to San Antonio. But yeah, I like fighting in the UK. I don't get to fight here often. I fought here on my debut. Hopefully it's the same kind of night.
It's funny how things work. I was actually, trying to map out your fights for the year the other day, and I was thinking to myself, you debuted at the O2, you boxed at Madison Square Garden, you boxed in Abu Dhabi, and now you're boxing against in San Antonio. I was thinking he really needs that fight back in the UK. Of course, off the back of Olympic gold in Tokyo that you won, already world ranked, already a WBC international champion. Looking forward to, of course, the same opponent as well that was scheduled. He arrives tonight in the UK. It's a tough fight, this fight on Saturday night, but ready to make another statement.
Yeah, they're all tough fights. As you saw in my last fight, I got a bit of stick in that fight. I had my issues, but I get to prove them people wrong. I don't think I'm that good anymore. So we'll see it on Saturday night in the foreseeable future.
I know you're very calm, but does that criticism affect you? I mean, sometimes unfair, you're being thrown in against world-class fighters in your second, third fight in your career as well. Sometimes you're not going to get it all your way, but that was a fight that you had to actually, through the midway stage of that fight, looked like you could lose that fight unless you got yourself together. We know you had your problems that night, but to face that kind of adversity so early on in your professional career gives you great grounding for the future.
Yeah, the criticism don't bother me. I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather have people criticising me than people up my arse. You know what I mean? I've had that for the last year or two after the Olympics. But we'll see what happens in the future, and we'll see how good I can be.
Well, I for one am over the moon to see you fight on Saturday. Olympic gold medalist Galaudia fight, in my opinion, one of the best young prospects in world boxing. Already ranked in the top 15 of the governing bodies, ready to make his charge at the world flyweight title this year, I believe. Will be fighting against Mexico's Caballeros on Saturday night, live on DAZN. We go back to that middleweight fight. Ammo Williams is here because we were building up to the Felix Cash fight. That fight's parked for now because on Saturday night, you may or may not know, you have a tough fight against River Wilson Ben. You have a Brit who always comes to fight. You're number 3 in the world with the WBA. This guy can steal all your rankings on Saturday night. I know how much you love to fight in the UK as well. Ready to put on a show for the UK fans on Saturday night.
Yes, first I want to give all the thanks and glory to God because I feel like He always moves things around for me in an amazing way. I was supposed to just be on this show doing commentary, and the hard work that I consistently put in had me ready to fight and to fight a actually good opponent. That's what I always want to do. That's what I aim for. I aim to fight guys who, you know, I know they're going to come with the A game, especially when fighting me, because they feel like they can take a lot from me. And I've learned to just use that as fuel. I've learned to use that as my advantage because I can never slip up. I can never take a day off. I can never, you know, get comfortable. So I'm very thankful for not only Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn. I'm thankful for fighters like River who are willing to take fights on short notice against somebody like me, you know. He has a lot to gain. I have a lot to lose. But actually, I have a lot to gain as well because I'm a new fighter. I'm still taking these experiences and adding these accolades to my back pocket. So I need him just as much as he needs me.
You are a new fighter, but you're also number 3 in the world. You had your doubts about Felix Cash. We'll see what happens there, but you do want all the smoke. You want to come through here. And some of the names that you mentioned to me, you feel like you're ready for the very best in the middleweight division. You were willing to come over to London to fight Felix again, get through Saturday. Whatever happens, it's going to be a massive fight for you next.
Yeah, I definitely love experiences like this because Ripper has a lot of advantages that, you know, people don't mention. I'm coming to his hometown. I'm coming somewhere where he's familiar, and you know, I'm coming here as an American, and I have to win decisively. I have to put on the best performance. But the greatest thing has happened for me. I feel like everything has come together. My vision in the ring is on a different level. I'm much more calculated than a young lion that you guys are used to seeing, just very explosive and you know, gunning for knockouts and things like that. Now the knockout will come, but it's calculated, and it's just a testament to the hard work that I've consistently put in. Never taking off, never pulling out a fight, always ready, always available when Matchroom calls. And I'm now seeing the physical results of that in the ring, and I'm ready to showcase that on Saturday night.
Thank you, Emma. River, what a chance for you. I mean, fair play to you. You got the call, quick bit of negotiation, and you were all in for this fight. Yeah. Obviously, a massive chance to steal his rankings. O2 Arena, AJ card, massive night on Saturday.
Yeah, brilliant opportunity. Very grateful. Thank you, Eddie and Matchroom, for this. I boxed 3 weeks ago Saturday, come out of the ring, chilling at home on Sunday, and got the phone call, do you want to box on the O2, AJ Undercard against Ammo Williams. Obviously I'm buzzing, I'm always ready, I'm always fit to be in these fights, and yeah, great opportunity.
Obviously he's the favourite going into the fight, but at the same time you're a very talented fighter, you are at home in the UK, he's still learning as well, but what a chance. I mean, literally take his world championship rankings, you'll be top 10 with virtually every governing body. We'll just walk you into a massive fight if you win on Saturday.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Obviously that's something that we want and that we're going for on Saturday night.
Good. Well, we look forward to a great fight, Ammo Williams against River Wilson Ben. And their co-feature on Saturday night, a fantastic heavyweight fight. Again, UK against USA. And I love this fight because this man to my right has all of a sudden, outside of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, become the most talked about heavyweight in the UK. You know, at one stage, just a white-collar fighter. Now, all of a sudden, English champion, British champion, and on everybody's list to call out, which is very, very nice of everybody and very, very rewarding for all the work that you've put in. Firstly, we'll go to Michael Coffey. Michael, welcome from the USA. This is a great fight. You know, I know you're coming off a couple of defeats, but one of those was a fantastic fight on ESPN as well. And I know you and your team, you like this fight. You fancy this fight, huge platform to put you back in line for massive fights in the world rankings.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a fight that I actually was talking about a lot before the call even came, so I guess it just manifested itself.
Obviously, you do have experience, you know, in the professional game, as does Fabio. What do you see there? We have a raw fighter to my right that punches very hard, very explosive, very exciting as well. You've watched the tape as well. You fancy your chances in this fight?
Absolutely. To me, the only thing I'm seeing is a W. I know it's going to be a good fight. I expect it to be, you know, action-packed, difficult, but I'm ready to weather the storm.
And obviously the UK at the moment, home of some big heavyweights.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of people watching in the UK and around the world. Victory on Saturday night puts you in line with all of those guys around world level, whether it's Joyce, whether it's Dubois, you know, even Fury and Dillian White and all those kind of people. Massive opportunity for you through victory.
Absolutely. That makes me excited, as a matter of fact. And I think I'm going to like this one, for sure.
Thank you, Michael. Fabio, welcome. The frustration, I guess, of not defending the British title, we went through about 3 or 4 opponents. People like to conveniently call you out with a week to go. This is actually a really tough fight, isn't it? You know, someone that's very seasoned, someone that's very tough, someone that's boxed at a high level on big shows and big networks in America as well. A tougher fight than maybe just a standard defence of the British title, but looking forward to getting back to the O2 on Saturday night, coming off the back of a tremendous victory against Nathan Gorman.
Yeah, really buzzing to get back to the O2. It's turned into my home away from home. I think really I've boxed there, I don't know how many times now, 5 or 6, and I've said loads of times, there's nothing really beats a packed out O2 arena. That atmosphere, that buzz is something I live for, I thrive off. Like when I'm in the thick of it in a fight and the crowd's going nuts, and it's just one of those special moments that you don't get in any other arena really. And Saturday night's going to be the same. There's one thing I do is entertain the fans, however it comes. Maybe to the concern of maybe my team and stuff, I get myself in some sticky situations, but I live for those moments. That buzz and that thrill of the fight and just really getting stuck in is all and everything I'm about.
I was just thinking back when you said that about, you know, the buzz of fighting at the O2, and I remember back to your early performances at the O2, where Dillian White would say to us, look, you know, we've got this heavyweight kid from Ipswich, I think he's got talent, and we put you on at, I don't know, 4:30, and you'd sell loads of tickets and they'd all turn up early. On Saturday night, you're going to be boxing after 9 PM in front of 17,000 people, packed, everybody in their seats. You know, it's been a great journey, hasn't it, to get to where you are, and it really is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey from starting at white collar in a show that has maybe 200 people in to now at the O2 that's got 17,000. It's been a wild ride and a roller coaster, but I'm thankful for every day. I'm thankful for the opportunity. Like I said, I've boxed on and chief supported to some big cards in the past, but nothing beats an AJ card and nothing beats a packed out O2 arena. So those two things for me are going to bring out the best in me, and it's going to be a great performance again on Saturday.
For years you've been looking for those big fights, you've been looking for those names, those opportunities, and all of a sudden everybody starts calling your name out. I've seen call-out videos, I've seen terrible ones, I've seen decent ones. You know, we've got Fraser Clark, you know, Sol Akers, who we represent, got the English title, that's a great fight as well. David Adelaide, I saw some video the other day. Is that off-putting? Is that motivating? You know, is that distracting? Ultimately, you must win on Saturday night.
Yeah, I've got to win on Saturday night, but it's fun. It's what I'm in the game for. I'm in the game to have these Twitter spats back and forth to build some and put a bit of needle in between the fight and let these people know that I don't care what background you have, ABA this, amateur this, you've done this, that and the other. That means nothing to me. This is the pro game now. It's professional boxing, and I do that very well. And push, shove, whatever, all comes to the end is that I can fight, and I've got a set of bleep on me that are big, and you're not going to get through me on Saturday night. And the same goes for Michael Coffey.
Well, fast emerging is one of the big names in British boxing. The British heavyweight champion Fabio Wardley against Michael Coffey for the WBA Continental Heavyweight Championship on Saturday night. A tremendous undercard. We're going to pose now for head-to-heads up here.